Good day, classmates. Good day, Sir Ramos. We are the Group 6. We are going to discuss the chapters 1 and 2 of the policy paper, our chosen company, Monde Nissin Corporation. Chapter 1 Introduction consists of background of the company and current corporate strategy. The Chapter 2 Industry and Firms Environment, which consists external and internal environment. Monde Nissin Corporation is a company that operates here in the Philippines with two head offices located in Felix Reyes Street, Barangay Balibago, Santa Rosa, Laguna, and 534 Garcia Street, Maric Subdivision, Barangay Santo Domingo, Cainta, Rizal. For inquiries and concerns, they provided an email. For careers, you can email them at jobs@mondisen.com, and for customer concerns, you can email them at customercare@mondisen.com. You can also contact them through their telephone numbers +63 27759 7519 or +63 27759 7577. You can also visit their social media accounts. For Facebook, you can search them at Monde Nissin Corporation. For Instagram and Twitter at Monde Nissin, and for their YouTube channel, Nissin. History of the firm. Headquartered in Santa Rosa, Laguna, Philippines. Monde Nissin was founded by Hidahat Tarmono in 1979. It was incorporated as Monde Denmark Nissin Biscuit Corporation, launched its first products, Nissin Butter Coconut Biscuits and Nissin Wafers in 1979. Mission, vision, and core values. Mission. We are the food company most admired for its agility and innovation. Vision. We are an organization of happy and creative people striving for excellence and committed to uplift the lives of all whom we serve. Core values. Monde Nissin nurtures a corporate culture that is anchored on traditional core values such as teamwork, learning continuously, and caring services. Teamwork. There is respect for one another and fun working together for a common goal. With this, more and better results are achieved. Learning continuously. Monde Nissin believes that each one should aim for a constant self-improvement by always striving to acquire new and relevant knowledge and experience. For learning is exciting adventure. Caring service. Being helpful and useful in looking the rightful needs of others is a practice decorum. Everyone feels good when customers are served well. Monde Nissin believes that successful, happy employees are the key to the company's continuous and unparalleled success. Organizational structure of Monde Nissin Corporation. At the top level, there is a president. Under the president is the CEO or external vice president. Under the external vice president, there is a bakery business unit, manufacturing, sales, marketing, beverage, corn, NB, regional new product development, human resource, personal and admin, Corp corporate business development and investor relations, finance, treasurer, IT innovation and service delivery, IT infrastructure, legal, sustainability, risk, and strategy. Company policies. Monde Nissin have 8 company policies. First, anti-bribery and corruption policy. In anti-bribery and corruption policy, Monde Nissin Corporation and its affiliates and subsidiaries expect all employees and business partners to conduct themselves with the utmost integrity as representatives of the group. Mondelez Incorporation Group recognizes the market cost and acceptable practice varies across the countries in which the group operates. However, Mondelez Incorporation Group is committed to a zero-tolerance approach to bribery and corruption. Mondelez Group will not tolerate any form of bribery and corruption, including any form of unethical inducement or payment, including facilitation, payments, and kickbacks. Second, conflict of interest. This policy enjoins covered individuals to always act in the best interest of the Mondelez Corporation Group, consistent with sound business principles and judgment, and without bias or partiality. This policy requires covered individuals who find themselves in a potential or actual conflict of interest situation to promptly disclose the matter and, as applicable, seek approval from the proper authorities. Unless otherwise authorized by the Mondelez Corporation Group, the covered individual concerned is required to inhibit himself from any action, transaction, discussion, evaluation, or decision involving any matter where such conflict of interest exists. This policy also prohibits any Mondelez Group entity from granting personal loans to directors or officers unless the same is a regular employment benefit given by the company to employees in the same benefit group and unless allowed by the applicable laws and regulations. Third, board diversity policy. Mondelez Corporation Board comprises individuals of diverse age, nationality, religion, and gender, and spans a broad range of business and educational backgrounds. Mondelez Corporation recognizes that diversity enables the board to be agile and creative when addressing challenges and affords with wider breadth and greater depth in seeking opportunities in addressing business risk. The diversity of Mondelez Corporation Board puts it in the best position to provide meaningful value to Mondelez Corporation and its shareholders, consistent with Mondelez Corporation's core aspiration to improve the well-being of people and the planet and create sustainable solutions for food security. Fourth, general data privacy policy. As an organization that values compliance with law at all times, Mondelez Corporation recognizes the paramount importance of data privacy and security and adheres to the standards of data privacy and protection under Republic Act Number 10173 or the Data Privacy of 2012 in its implementing rules and regulations and the various issuances of the Philippines National Privacy Commissions and other relevant regulatory agencies or data privacy laws. Fifth, Inside trading policy. Monde Nissin Corporation adopts the inside trading policy to ensure the compliance by the directors, officers, employees, consultants, advisors, and contractors of Monde Nissin Corporation and of its subsidiaries and affiliates with the prohibitions against insider trading as provided in applicable laws and regulations, particularly with the Securities Regulation Code. It's implementing rules and regulations and relevant issuances of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Philippine Stock and Exchange, and the Philippine Dealing Exchange Corporation on dealings in shares of publicly listed companies. This policy may be amended from time to time by Monde Nissin Corporation's Board of Directors. The board's corporate governance, nomination, and remuneration committee is tasked with overseeing the implementation of this policy. Sixth, policy and data relating to health, safety, and welfare of the employees. Monde Nissin Corporation and its affiliates and subsidiaries adopt this policy relating to health, safety, and welfare of employees policy to ensure a safety and healthy workplace for Monde Nissin Corporation's group employees and to promote their development and welfare. The Monde Nissin Corporation Group acknowledges that its employees are among its greatest resource and is thus fully committed to uplifting the lives of each of its employees. The adoption of this policy is yet another step towards achieving this goal. 7. Related Party Transaction Policy. Monde Nissin Corporation and its subsidiaries adopts the related party transaction policy to ensure the integrity of Monde Nissin Corporation's related party transactions for the protection of all shareholders' interests by defining related party relationships and transactions and providing guidance in the review, approval, and disclosure of the RPTs or related party transactions to ensure that they are at arm's length under fair terms and will inure to the best interests of Monde Nissin Corporation and its shareholders within accordance with applicable law, regulations, and issuance, particularly the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. Rules on material-related party transactions for publicly listed companies and the Monde Nissin Corporation Manual on Corporate Governance. Lastly, whistleblowing policy. In this line, with the Monde Nissin Corporation, Code of Conduct and Ethics and related policies such as Monde Nissin Corporation Anti-Bribery and Corruption Policy. The integrity of Monde Nissin Corporation and its subsidiaries and affiliates is non-negotiable. We are committed to conducting our business in accordance with the law and high ethical standards. Current corporate strategy of Monde Nissin Corporation. Marketing strategy. Products. Monde Nissin is a large perishable consumer goods maker in the Philippines and is known for iconic Filipino instant noodle brand such as Lucky Me and leading products in the category of biscuits and snacks. In addition, Monde Nissin also produces vegan foods for those who are vegetarian or who loves eat vegetables. Advertising strategy. Through technological advancement, the marketing department of Monde Corporation was able to develop and retain its valued customers. Monde Corporation created a website and social media accounts wherein it provides online support not just to its valued customers but also to its potential investors if they want to become updated on the news about their products as well as to answer your queries and questions, concerns about the product and the company. Effective partnership. The Monde Corporation has paired with well-known online shopping applications such as Lazada and Shopee. Consumers can access their products and promos. The strategic partnership between Kellogg's and Monde Corporation paves the way for Monde Corporation expansions into two new categories and strengthen Kellogg's presence in the Philippine market. Monde also worked with Mamacita. Distribution strategy. Monde Corporation did not sell its product directly to its customers. They had a lot of distributors that will affect the physical distribution of their products. Their major distribution channels here in the Philippines are supermarkets, convenience store, drugstore that also sells goods and snacks, or should I say on-the-go snacks, and even sari-sari stores.
The production team maintains the state-of-the-art plants and facilities and precisely sources out high-quality food ingredients and raw materials to deliver exceptional products and services to customers. Mondanisins offers breadth of manufacturing career experiences in production, engineering assurance, research and development, and procurement. The first is the product development. This strategy involves developing new products for existing markets or for new markets. Product development means making some modifications in their existing product to give value to the customers for their purchase. Like on the other products, they have placed various flavors to expand their choices of their customers. The next is the preventive maintenance strategy. Machinery and equipment play an important role in the creation and packaging of a wide range of products in their company. When it malfunctions or it breaks down, it not only reduces output but also lowers the quality of foods or goods. To safeguard equipment from failure and prepare for unavoidable downtime, Montenisin established a preventive maintenance policy. Indeed, with proper planning, you can better deal with unplanned downtime and get operations back up and running sooner. That means preparing replacement components and troubleshooting procedures ahead of a major outage. The last one is the inventory tracking strategy. Maintaining right amounts of outgoing inventory as well as appropriate quantities of sourced and raw materials that feed into manufacturing is critical, especially Monde is a large production company that offers various products. That is why the company established a robust um, inventory tracking system that can identify any shortages and assist with the acquisition of fresh supplies in the best method to ensure this. In this case, automation and AI systems that can automatically monitor and acquire new commodities would be quite useful.
So the next one is the financial strategy under Chapter 1, Current Corporate Strategy. So the first one is the net sales grew on the back of a higher volume and price of noodles, culinary, and beverage products, offsetting the decline in contributions of the biscuits and meat alternative segment, which were negatively affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So the reasons why net sales grew on the back of the higher volume and prices is because the noodles, culinary, and beverage products are high demand during pandemic, and rejecting the contribution of biscuits and meat alternative segments because those two are not priority. So the second one is the cost efficiency resulted in higher net income growth. So the reason why the cost efficiency resulted in higher net income is because of the reduction of operating expenses like miscellaneous expense. But the sales, general, and administrative expenses increased due to salaries and wages. So you can see here the statement of financial condition highlights and key ratios. So the first one is the net sales that increased 3.81% from the previous year. Meanwhile, the gross profit earned 4.95%. As you can see here, the sales, general, and administrative expense also increased by 2%. So the next one, Monde Nissin could have a problem meeting a short-term obligations as the current ratio 2020 fell below 1. So the explanation of this is because of repayment of acceptance and trust, receipts payable and loans to secure financial exchange rates, to attract also the investor to invest in them. So as you can see on the current asset, year 2020, as you can see here below, the current ratio is fell below 1. So the current ratio on 2020 is 0.98 than the previous year of 1.2 on 2019. It's because of the current asset reduced by negative 15%. So the next one is they have been constantly paying dividends semi-annually since 2018. It's because they are adapt to maintain to pay semi-annual dividends. As you can see here, you can see the record here. They pay semi-annual since 2018. So the next one is using ratios. Mon's 13.50 pesos offer price is higher than peers average, but its earnings, performance, and returns are competitive. So you can see here in the chart, Monde is higher than the competitors' average price here, all of them, including gross profit to return to average assets, is because of cost efficiency, and the usage of equity and assets. So you can see here the return on average equity is higher than the competitors' average. That's a huge difference. And on the return of average assets, close enough to better than the competitors' average. So that's why its earnings, its performance are competitive. So here are the list of the shareholders of Monde Nissin Corporation. All right. Under chapter 2 naman, we go on the technological. So technological under chapter 2, Nissin Corporation has a cutting-edge machines and flexible manufacturing system that can create 750 pouch per minute. So in a hour, that would be 45,000 pouches per hour. But on on a daily basis, on a daily average output, it occurs that 6 over 10, I think, 6 to 10 million pouches. So the next one is the technique is innovative because of two of the many sorts of machinery they use for different types of procedures. So like like mixing machines. The noodles uh combines all of it in the one machine to mix all of it. Then the the large dough flattens using the large roller machine. So after you flatten the dough, uh, of course, before you bake it, then before you bake it, you have to flatten the dough so you can bake it after that. So after that, the automatic machine blades was used to slither and cut into stripes, then fried it, and after that cooled, then packages. So lastly, they use robots with sensors in their packaging division. It's because to incorporate the condiments of the noodles. We were able to create 250 packs of machine per minute.
Economic factor. There are two economic factors that will surely affect not just the company but also its consumers. Demographic changes with the rapid aging population and migration trends changing the ethnic look of different cities and towns. The Philippines' purchasing habits are also starting to evolve. It reflects broader demographic changes. The ratio of teenage group of Filipinos over the adult ones directly affects the volume of consumption on ready-to-eat products rather than or versus a made-to-order meals in a fast food establishments. Fluctuating of the price of raw materials due to the continuous increase in the cost of production, the additional charges will inevitably be added to the products produced by the company. Increasing price makes the product less attractive to the customers. Republic Act No. 8976, the Philippine Full Fortification Act of 2000. In this Section 2 of Article 2 of the Constitution provides that the state shall protect and promote the right of health of the people and instill health consciousness among them. Food fortification is considered important in the promotion of optimal health and to compensate for the loss of nutrients due to the processing and or storage of food. Republic Act No. 7394, the Consumer Act of the Philippines. It is policy of the state to protect the interests of the consumer, promote general welfare, and to establish standards of conduct for business and industry. Republic Act Number 9711, the Food and Drug Administration of 2009. It is hereby declared a policy of the state to adopt, support, establish, and institutionalize, improve, and maintain structures and processes, mechanisms, and initiatives that are aimed, directed, and designed to protect and promote the right to health of the Filipino and establish and maintain an effective health products, regulatory systems, and undertake appropriate health manpower development and research responsive to the country's health needs and problems. Republic Act 3720, the Food, Drugs, and Cosmetics Act. An act to ensure the safety and purity of foods, drugs, and cosmetics being made available to the public by creating the Food and Drug Administrator, which shall administer and enforce the laws pertaining thereto. Republic Act Number 10611, the Food Safety Act of 2013, an act to strengthen the food safety regulatory system in the country to protect consumer health and facilitate market access of local foods and food products, and for other purposes.
All social cultural elements that impact actions and decisions include belief system and practices, habits, traditions, and behaviors of all the people in the certain country, fashion trends, and market activity. The social cultural perspective is one of the most important variables influencing marketing managers' decisions and strategic goals when entering new international markets. Legal factors affecting business should be stressed as one of the primary socio-cultural components that may influence enterprises. Monde Nissin Corporation or MNC conducts a detailed analysis of these elements in order to meet and satisfy their target market. Monde Nissin established primarily in the Philippines and its primary clients are Filipinos. MNC also sells a variety of products that are widely regarded as a Filipino, making the target ethnicity. But keeping in mind, the MNC will always be open to a diverse range of customers. MNC customers, on the other hand, are difficult to categorize because the majority of their clients are of varying ages. It should be emphasized. However, the MNC targets audience is mostly made up for families, friends, young, and elderly. The Philippines has one of the most dynamic economic in East Asia Pacific. The average yearly growth rates increased to around 6.4% between 2010 and 2020, up from 4.5% between 2000 and 2009. Because of expanding urbanization, a growing middle class, and a large young population, the Philippines' economic vibrancy is grounded in robust consumer demand supported by a vibrant labor market and significant remittances. The economy is booming and industry is producing some spectacular outcomes. The level of consumption of individuals per household has an impact on the sector. So, as a result, the rapid rise in population, if the vast majority of Filipinos households have two parents and one or more children, their food expenditure is likely to be significant. And the influence on the sector is that larger households generate more demand for various essentials such as food and which business can provide. With the Philippines' growing middle class, MNC predicts that there will be more opportunities to target new customers segments because the middle class is expanding and looking for a good quality product at a reasonable price. So the business are diversifying to meet their needs. Many companies are now delivering healthier products in comparison to their initial products offers in order to get in a broader middle class consumer. In terms of religion, the Philippines has a 70% Roman Catholic majority and a 17% Roman Christianity minority. 5 to 10% of the population follows Christianity, Islam, or Iglesia ni Cristo, except at times when MNCs products are prohibited. Most people in the Philippines are allowed to eat MNCs products since some religion follow a thorough calendar that prevents them from eating any meat or specific length of time. To summarize, business do not operate in a vacuum. They operate in a dynamic environment that has direct impact on how they operate and whether or not they will achieve their objectives. This external business environment consists of a range of external organizations, but this one is mostly focused with the social and cultural sector. This industry has a unique set of challenges and opportunities for multinational corporations like Monde, Nissin.
So what is task environment? It is an organization external environment. It has an impact on its capacity to achieve its objectives. The task environment can include any business or customer who has direct contact with an organization. Under this are bargaining of buyers, bargaining of suppliers, degree of rivalry, threat of new entrants, and trends of substitutes. First is threats of new entrants. Many new participants will try to enter the market because of the big returns. New entrants, on the other hand, will eventually reduce overall industry earnings. As a result, new entries into the industry must be blocked. The following factors describe the amount of threat posed by the Nissan Corporation to new entrants. Entry barriers such as copyrights and patents. A large amount of capital is required. Government policies are limited. The expense of switching, access to distributors and suppliers, customer loyalty to well-known brands. Second is threats of substitutes. This is how the Nissan Corporation is treated. If the goods and services aren't up to par, customers can opt for substitutes and alternatives that don't require much work and don't make a significant difference. Substitutes price performance, buyer switching costs, product that can be used as a substitutes and available on the market. A drop in quality, there are close substitutes available. Third is degree of industry rivalry. The less money and resources required to enter any industry, the newer competitors and effective competitors there will be. The Nissan Corporation position will be weak as a result. The following are some of the possible aspects that will be influence Nissan's competition. Advantage in the marketplace, innovation that never stop, position in a competitive advantage that lasts, advertising intensity, strategy for competing. Fourth is bargaining power of buyers. It is concerned with the capacity of customer to lower pricing. It mostly consists of customers' importance as well as the cost of switching from the one product to another. If there are too many options, the buyer has a lot of control. And if there are fewer alternative and switching opportunities, buyer power is reduced. Customers' purchasing power will be influenced by the following factors. Using leverage in negotiation, a buyer switching cost, price sensitivity of buyers, the company's product has a competitive advantage. For the last, bargaining power of suppliers. This refers to the ability of the supplier to raise and lower pricing. If there are limited alternatives to a supplier, the firm will be put in jeopardy and it will be forced to buy its raw materials on the supplier's terms. If there are numerous suppliers to choose from, however, suppliers have less bargaining leverage and the company does not have to pay a hefty switching fee. The following are some of the probable elements and influence suppliers' bargaining power. Differentiation of input, the effect of price of differentiation, distribution center strength, the availability into substitutes.
Here are the two Monde Nissin Corporation top rivals. First is the Rebisco. Rebisco Group of Companies is one of the Monde Nissin Corporation's top rival. In 1999, Rebisco's wafer division is launched its flagship brand, Super Sticks. Its initial offering of chocolate wafer sticks was soon followed by milk, tutti frutti, pandan, and mocha flavors as it progressively gained a strong standing among its competitors. The company ventured into a cream-based snacks in 2000 with the launch of cream sticks. The division portfolio was then expanded in 2001 with the introduction of jumpy bite-sized wafers into the market. Seeing its potential, division was readied to become a separate company. In 2002, saw the birth of Multi-Rich Foods Corporation with the opening of its plant in Marilao, Bulacan. The second is the Gardenia Bakeries. Gardenia Bakeries Philippines is Monde Nissin Corporation's another rival in the industry. Gardenia was established in 1978. In 1997, Gardenia entered in the Philippine bread market and established its factory in Laguna International Industrial Park or Binyan, Laguna. It is one of the leading and fastest growing brand in the bread industry that provides excellent quality and freshly baked breads that will surely satisfy the cravings.
So, under production and operations, we are going to present a statement of comprehensive income one leasing corporation from 2018 to 2020. So, dito tayo titingin sa net income. Nakikita natin from 2018 to 2020, mas tumataas yung nag-generate na income ng Monde Nissin Corporation. Kahit pre-pandemic na siya, kumikita pa rin siya. Pero mas nag-boom siya noong 2020. Kahit may COVID, may kinakaharap na problema yung bansa natin. And magandang sign to sa company kasi the more na nag-produce sila ng products nila, the more din na mas madami din silang nabibenta. As to statement of financial position, We are going to present the statement of financial position of Monde Corporation from 2018 to 2020. So the total assets from 2018 is 84,169,000,079. Nag-increase siya ng 2019 na 85,954,000,000.27. And nag-decrease naman siya ng almost 1 billion noong 2020, amounting to 84,402,000,000.42. So, in total liabilities naman, from 2018, may total liabilities sila na 63,148,000,000. Nag-increase siya noong 2019, amounting to 64,228,000,000.95. And in 2020 naman is nag-decrease yung liability ni Monde Corporation ng 59,160,000,000.69. So, in terms of the total equities, Monde total equity of 21,870,000,000.29 in the year 2018. And 2019 naman, may total equity sila ng 21 may total equity sila amounting to 21,725,000,000.32. And 2020, mas mataas yung equity nila ng amounting to 25,241,000,000.73. So, dito sa statement of financial position, conclude natin na kahit nagkaroon ng pandemic, mas naging stable sila, mas malaki yung equity ng company unlike yung pre-pandemic.
Marketing of Monde Nissin analyzes the brand or company covering 4 P's and explain its marketing strategy. The first and the 4 P's is the product. Monde Nissin is one of the well-known brands for snacks and instant noodles, not just in the Philippines, but also worldwide. They sell a different variety of goods that will surely satisfy customers' demands. Monde Nissin is strongly monitored that the raw materials for the products will surely be fresh and high quality. The second is the place. Monde Nissin is accessible because it can be easily found and bought through the retail shops, supermarkets, and convenience stores across the country. The third one is the place. Monde Nissin offers a high quality and keeps its price affordable than the competitors in case they have similar products offered. They also offered a buy one, take one or discounts if the customers will purchase their products. And even though some products will increase, the company will assure that the product's price will still remain affordable to the people. The last one is the promotion. Monde Nissin have different options and ways that can be used in order to gain awareness to their valued customers. The business may be promoted through social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, which are the easiest access for the people, and also will have an advertisement on their own website. They also have paid advertising promotions on televisions.
So financial statements under Chapter 2 Internal Environments. So the Nissin income statement are listed here that on 2018 it was 2 billion, and on 2020 it increased to 7 billion. So you can see here that the total revenue increased since 2018. Then, yeah, so the next one is balance sheet. So we can see here that the current asset and the current liability on 2020 it's much lower than the previous years. It's because of the short-term obligation they face. So it results that the year 2020 is less than the previous year. Yes, and the current asset and the current liabilities. So the next one is the cash flow. In the cash flow, you can see here that the income is greater than the previous year, and the operating also. But on the investing and financing, these are the long-term activities that keep in mind. And the net change in cash is into 2020 is 3 billion, much lower than the previous year, which is 2019. So in profitability ratios, if we talk about it, the higher the profitability ratios, the better. So from the previous year, 2018, you can see here that year per year, it increased. As you can see here, 2018, 37, 38, and 38.4, and current is 38.75. It increases yearly, all of it. So it is a good sign that the profitability of the Monde is gradually going up. So liquidity ratios, same scenario, the higher the better. So as you can see here that the year 2020, the quick ratio and the current ratio is actually lower than the previous year, 2019. Why so? It is because of the explanation I have here in balance sheet that the current assets and the current liability is much lower than the previous year. So in year 2019, it is 24 billion on current asset, and current liability it is 23 billion. So the next year, 2020, the current assets reduced to 20 billion. So that is 4 billion behind. So the current liabilities also decreased to 20 billion. So here in the liquidity ratio on quick ratio and current ratio, it is much lower than the previous year. But on the next year, on the current year here, it also bounced back to 1. So it is a good sign that the Monde is going up. So the next one is solvency ratio. Solvency ratio, it is proportionally opposite from those two. The lower, the better. So as you can see here that the 2018 it's much higher than um the next year. So you can see here the 2018 comparative than 2019. The 2018 is much higher than the 2019. Is it because the solvency ratio, the lower it is, the better. So as you can see here, 0.55, 0.53, 0.47, then 0.0, 0.16. So it is gradually lower. Same as in this, all of the three, it is gradually lower, lower, lower. So that is a good sign for the Monde Nissin Corporation.